discover more about the nature of reality and help create a better life for yourself and the rest of the planet. My name is Icke and I've created a process called Draw Your Reality. For more information, you can go to my website, nikkipalmer.com, and receive a free gift that I put together just for you.
More and more stories are coming to light that are putting into perspective, things that I said years ago about what were perceived to be crazy out there stuff. I think I may have mentioned in a recent video cast the story about what's become known as vampire science, in which people are infused with the blood of young people to make them youthful and slow down the aging process. Well, I've been writing about the fact that the elite have been doing that all along. Story here says a clinical trial called Ambrosia, goes and relates to a word coming out of ancient Greece, seeks to discover the long-sought fountain of youth, and some scientists believe they found it in the blood of young people. Well, the elite found it thousands of years ago. Unlike most medical trials, people actually pay to participate instead of the other way around. Patients over the age of 35 ponied up, it says, $8,000 to take part in the experiment, where they get infusions of young blood, and it's run by a guy called Dr. Jesse Karmazin. Hold on, I've pushed the page down. Unsurprisingly, the experiment is taking place in Monterey, California, right on the edge of Silicon Valley, the story says. Ambrosia, the vampiric startup concerned, is run by 32-year-old doctor Jesse Karmazin, who bills $8,000, about £6,200, it says, each time for participation in what is called a study. So far, he has 600 clients with a median age of 60. The blood is collected from local blood banks, then separated and combined. It takes multiple donors to make one package. Although the results of the trial, which has been ongoing since at least 2017, have not been published, Karmazin is so certain of his science that he intends to open a business selling transfusions of young blood. Since charging $8,000 to be part of a study isn't a business. Dr. Karmazin, who plans to open this young blood business, says patients who've had the transfusion say they feel amazing, and he says he's seen evidence of reversing the aging process in rats. Their brains are younger, their hearts, their hair, if it was grey, it turns dark again. Well, I don't want mine to. If anyone is reminded of that creepy medieval countess who bathed in the blood of 650 of her serving wenches to remain young, some say that Elizabeth of Bathory was an inspiration for Bram Stoker's Dracula. The blood of young people as the fountain of youth is far from a new idea, exactly. Studies going back decades show the regenerative effects of one organism being joined to another. In the 17th century, Robert Boyle, he of Boyle's Law, suggested replacing the blood of the old with the blood of the young. And the story goes on. Ambrosia has some competition on the East Coast. A society gala in West Palm Beach, Florida, took place last year to scare a bunch of 60-somethings into dropping some cash to take part in another experiment run by Dr. Difrani Majara, or Marajaj. And by some cash, the story says, they mean $285,000 each. Then there's this West Palm Beach symposium held to recruit participants for a study testing what happens when aging people get infusions of plasma, the fluid part of the blood packed with signaling proteins and other molecules, but no red or white cells, from young people who've taken part or have taken a drug meant to activate their immune system. This Scottish trained hematologist and oncologist with a flair for salesmanship plans to run a 30-patient trial at the private practice he owns in Boynton Beach, Florida. The irony of the so-called Young Blood Project being introduced within 250 miles of Ponce Leon's Fountain of Youth is not overlooked. So this transfusion of blood is kind of based on the whole concept of blood drinking, particularly drinking the blood of young sacrifices. It's a more publicly acceptable face, if you like, of what goes on in satanic rituals, basically. So, you know, like I say, more and more of these stories that seem at first fantastic are coming into the public arena and being tried to be given an acceptable public face. It's a bit like the Eucharist in Christianity, where they drink the body as, or drink the blood rather, as red wine and eat the body as a biscuit or a bit of bread. It's just a publicly acceptable version of what actually goes on literally in the satanic cults, which of course go back to the far ancient world thousands of years ago.